everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Welcome to SEALNet's info session series for 2013 summer projects. Today we'll be hearing from Phil and Ranjini, who are the co-leaders of Project Cambodia 2013. So Phil and Ranjini were the project members of Project Cambodia 2012 last summer, and they came back this year for the Project Cambodia 2013. Let me make a quick introduction for Phil and Ranjini. Phil is a sophomore at MIT studying mathematics, while Ranjini is now working in Malaysia in a bank. With that said, I will pass it on to Phil and Ranjini to start off their presentation.
Okay, thank you so much, Ivana. Okay, let me quickly introduce myself first. Okay, I am Phil. And this is my partner, Ranjini. Say hi to everyone.
Hi guys, thank you for joining in our online info session.
Yeah, I think we should move on to our first thing. So first, we are going to talk about the agenda for today. So we have three things to talk about today. The first is why. So we're gonna tell our really impressive story, like our individual story about, because we went to the project last year and we just want to share that story. That's why we really want to come back and work again. And second point is that what is this project working on? And the third point is, how can you be a part of a team, our successful team? Okay, for our first point. Okay, our story. As you see this guy in the picture, so his name is Jared, and as you see, he has no arm, but he's holding the ball. He's not just holding the ball though, he's like really good basketball. Like, I don't know how to describe this, but like his ability is just some way much beyond anyone who plays basketball can imagine that. He just like, he throw the ball with his elbow and just throw the ball with like, I don't know how physics behind it works, but he can just shoot the ball very good, and like we were just impressed by that. And like this just show us something about like, sometimes the visible kids, when we see them, like we just assume that they can do this, but who knows, behind that they have much more potential than we actually see. So I think like that's one of my impressions, in fact, that like, wow, they actually have lots of ability that we can see, and we just want to show that, and like, show that to other people outside to see as well. I know that this one is just like, the one ability about like playing sport, but they actually have more than that. Like another guy, they just like be really good at playing guitar with their disability. Okay, I think I will pass on to Ranjini to talk about her story as well.
Okay, as you see, there's a little boy here. His name is actually Siren. The quote that we actually put here speaks a lot. Like it says, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. There's a reason why I actually put the quote here, because when I first saw Siren, he was a very quiet boy, always watching things from the sidelines. But I only got to know more about him when we were in our group activities, and I realized he has such huge ambitions. He actually wants to be a scientist. And that's when it really opened my eyes. Like, these disabled kids, they don't let their disabilities affect their dreams and their ambitions. Despite the situation that they are in, they're still so positive, and they still believe that they can actually be someone. So when he told me his story, I felt so touched. Like, normal human beings, we give up so fast. But these kids, they teach us so much, and they're so young, but still they're so positive about things. And my personal story was, I really really the way he managed to touch me in like emotionally was the fact that regardless of his disabilities, with the right help and with the belief that he actually wants to be a scientist, I know that he can eventually achieve his dream. And that's why both Phil and I, we have been so inspired by the children that we actually came across in the NGO, and we actually decided to start Project Cambodia 2013.
Yeah. It's
Yeah?
I would say that it's not something that we exaggerate at all, but like every kid that we see, they are all energetic, and we can see their hope through their shining eye, something. So I would say like it's really something that really impressed us, every single member of us, and like that's why we decided to do this project again. Okay, that should be our brief story about this. I mean, we obviously have more than this to talk about, but it shouldn't be enough. So let's move on. The next thing that we are going to talk about. So it's basically what exactly we are going to do in the project Cambodia 2013. So yeah.
Okay, so with regards to the community challenges, we have to actually highlight the fact that the main contributors of the disabilities that are being faced in Cambodia were the result of polio, the long-drawn effects of the armed conflicts that took place in Cambodia. And the resulting effect is with a population of 15 million Cambodians, about 170,000 of them are actually living with disabilities. And out of the 170,000, 21% of that number are actually youth and children. Now, youth and children are the next generation of Cambodia. And the sad thing is they actually face a lot of discrimination and misunderstanding from the very community that they depend on. Not much support is given to them. And as a result, what they are forced to do is they are just forced to live within their own community. They actually have to survive by depending on each other. And this has actually resulted in the marginalization of the disabled with normal society. The normal society has ignored a large part of this disabled youth, and as a result, most of them, or like 90% of them, are unable to get proper job opportunities. They have been forced to, just live with what has been given to them, and we actually want to be able to overcome this community challenge step by step. So our solution with regards to the service component of Project Cambodia 2030 is divided into two parts. One is the objective. The objective is the long-term effect, the fact that we actually want to make it sustainable. And the second is the approach. The approach is what we, Project Cambodia, is going to do on the ground for the 2 weeks. So the objective is going to be the long-term effect, and the approaches is going to be the short term. So moving to the next slide. With regards to objectives, there are three focus groups that we will be targeting. The first is the youth with disabilities, second is the high school students, and the third is the Cambodian community. So the first group, which is the youth with disabilities, okay, I just want to highlight it once more that this is the objective that we are talking about. So the long-term effect of Project Cambodia is with the skills and the education that we will be providing them, we hope to instill more confidence in them and increase their self-esteem and realize that there are actually more job opportunities that are available to them. They should be able to be more confident to apply jobs not just in their own society, but maybe go out into the city and see that with the skills that I have, there are so many companies that will actually take them in. So that's with youth with disabilities. The second group, which is the high school students. One second. Okay, with high school students, the long-term effect that we want to create with them is to instill more awareness that there is such a group in Cambodia, the disabled youth, who do have the capabilities, and with a proper system in place, the high school students can inspire and at the same time empower these youths with disabilities, to actually gain more confidence. And we really need the help of the youth, the high school students, to ensure that the project is sustainable, to continue on when we actually leave Cambodia. And one way in which we are able to do this is with the SEALNet Cambodia Club. More details on this club will be provided soon. So the high school students are going to play a very, very big role with Project Cambodia, because we want to make sure, it's not just the 2 weeks that we're going to be spending with them. We don't want to feel as though, we've abandoned them after 2 weeks. And so the high school students will play a very big role in ensuring that, a proper system will be in place to look after them, to provide them with any advice if they were to need any advice in terms of jobs. That means it's going to be both emotional support as well as job advice that the high school students can give. And the third group is the community. Now, the community is one of the largest groups that, we eventually hope to make a change. And with the festival day, we hope to actually create more awareness about the physically disabled youth, and realize that, that they are a big part of the community, and so they should in some way be able to contribute back to this society. Now, community will be coming under the long term, because we can't change the mindset of the whole community within 2 weeks. It's going to be a slow but eventual process. So these are the 3 target groups under our objectives. Phil, I'm passing it on to you.
Okay, I can talk about this. So basically, what are we planning to do? As Ranjini mentioned before about, we have 3 target groups that we need to work on. So we decide that our approach is going to be divided to 3 activities that we are going to work on them as well. So yeah, the first one is outreach activities. So outreach activities, yeah, it is for the disabled youth that that we going to serve. The first, so basically, the outreach activities, we are planning to have the education session is gonna be like English lesson, and the second point is the vocational training, which is gonna be about how to guide them to have more opportunities to get their job in the future. Okay, so here is a picture of the English lesson that we taught in class. As you see, Ranjini is sitting right there, and our kids, they are grade 10 and 11 here. They just be happy with our English lesson that we prepare for them. Okay, next one. So next picture, as you can see, we don't only have the English class in the classroom itself. We also bring them to activity outdoors as well. So basically, it's more like fun time activities, but we incorporate the English lesson into them. Okay, and I can show you another picture of it. And you can see that we actually put our effort into it. This is the, this is the product of our team members. Basically, we just draw, it's kind of, yeah, it looks very cute, right? And we draw those down to prepare them. This one is the lesson for middle school kids. Basically, we are drawing the picture so that they learn the vocabulary from these pictures. So yeah, we actually put to that. The next approach, okay, the first approach is the outreach that we are aiming for our disability kids. The second approach is leadership workshop that we're aiming for our local high school students. So basically, as Ranjini mentioned before, that we want this project to be sustainable, and we want these local high school students to be more aware about their own society. So we actually have this leadership workshop session for them. to prepare them and equip them with this skill. So what skill are we going to equip them with? The first one is about team building. So it's something like emotional thing. They basically they are motivated by, they need to be working in teams. They need to know how to communicate well. They need to know, how to lead, how to step up and become a leader, something like that. And the second part is the project wise. So basically, rather than, being a good teamwork, they themselves need to know how to plan projects. So we are helping them with like how to prepare lessons, and we actually have them help us teach classes as well. And this is like the picture that you can see from our project last year. This is one of the teamwork activities we did. So basically this one is about like, as you can see, like in the team, you need to help each other, support each other. I mean, I know that it's like some activity, it might not really related to the project itself, but it's rather, built like emotionally about like, you need to know how to work in team, support in team. So I think something like this is really important. And at the same time, it's fun activity as well. So that's why we do it. And the next one, as you can see, the picture of Ivana right there, she was one of our leader last year. So in this picture, she was helping these 3 high school students. They really have potential. So basically, right now they are the one who become the leader of the SEALNet chapter right there as well. So these 3, I think that time, Ivana, you were talking about, how to lead the organization or something. So that's what we are going to do. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. As I mentioned before, the first one is the outreach. The second one is the leadership workshop. And obviously we don't forget about our third target, which is the Cambodian community in general. So we decided to have what we call publicity day. So basically it's going to be the last day of our project. And what are we going to do is that we're going to have a performance by the disabled youth. And basically it's a time when, we open into public and let anyone who are interested come join us and come see what can our kids do. Okay, you can move on. Okay, and this is one of the picture in our in our publicity day last year. We call it Dream Carnival. Basically, it's it's a festival day for showing their talent, and it's just one day of like a dream place for them. Okay, let's move on to the next part. So we already talked about our approach. What are we going to do? And obviously, one of the most important things that we can't overlook is our partner that we are working with. So the first one is the Yodifi Cambodia. So this organization is the non-profit organization that we are working with. Basically, they are looking after the disabled youth that we are going to help them. Okay. And our second partner is the IFL Institute. So basically, this institute involves, I think, both high school students and first year college students. And we see that, the students that come from this group, they really have potential. Basically, they are good at English and they are good in academic in general. So we see that they have potential in general. So it will be good if they have more awareness in their own society and come back. And you can see in the picture that, like, they are very energetic. They look pretty silly right here because it's a silly picture, but anyway, they are energetic and they are very passionate about our project. So we want them to be our partner for the project as well. Okay. The next thing we are talking about is our project timeline. I will pass it to Ranjini to explain more about it.
Okay. With regards to the project timeline, we just want to give you an idea of what we're going to be doing right up until the point of the day where we actually take Project Cambodia onto the ground. So we start with March. So March is where we will be recruiting the team members. And we want to inform you that the application closes on the 24th of March. So for those who are interested, you can start applying until the 24th of March with regards to the recruitment. So once the recruitment is done, and Phil and I actually decide on who actually makes it into Project Cambodia, we move into April. So in April, once we actually get our teams, we will be introducing each one of them to each other, and you will sort of like get to know each other, and break the ice. So it's not going to be very formal. It's going to be like, we want to take on a more informal approach. And then we will actually be dividing the groups into three. So one will be the outreach group, who will be involved, as Phil mentioned, in the English classes. The second will be the leadership group, which will be in charge of the leadership development for the high school students. And the third will be the publicity day group, who will be involved in getting the public to actually come for the last day event. And a very important component of the project is the fundraising. And so by April, we need to raise 30% of the funds. Then we actually move into May. And in May, once the groups have actually been, the previous slide, sorry. Okay. So in May, once the three groups have been established, you guys will be like working together to develop the core curriculum activities. The leadership group will be involved in coming up with the workshop activities for the high school students. And in May, we need to achieve 50% of the funds for the project. So after May comes June, and in June we need to finalize the core curriculum activities for both the outreach and the leadership. And then in July, we need to achieve fundraising of 100% of the funds for Project Cambodia. Then because, we're going to be the project is going to be in Cambodia, so logistics is very, very important. So we need to determine the transport, the accommodation, and inform the team members how are we going to go about doing it. And if there are like any last minute questions or queries about, the different activities, it will be all fine-tuned, it will be all cleared in July. And then in August, we'll actually be going to ground zero to take Project Cambodia, to kick off Project Cambodia. Yeah. So that is like the project timeline to sort of give a clearer indication of how we're actually going to go about it once the team members have been recruited. So moving to the next slide.
Okay, I can talk about this. So next part is, I think, is the main point of why we have info session today, because we want you guys to join us in our, great, I don't know what adjective should I use here? Great, wonderful journey that we're going to have together. So yeah, our lovely project co-leader is me and Ranjini, as you can see in the picture. Yeah, we always work well together. So.
Me too.
Oh, that's kind of. But yeah, and what are we lacking for right now is that we need our team members. Yeah, and hopefully it could be you. Apply for our project. We are really, really looking for you guys. Okay. We might need some qualities from our team member that, I think it's important what we have that we want our team members to be first passionate about our project, want to help the disabled youth together with us. Second, be committed toward our objective of our project. Third thing, good at communication skill, because a lot of time we just need to plan things together, and it will be very helpful if you can communicate with your team members pretty well. The fourth point is willing to take the responsibility and initiative. So basically, step up, if you have any idea, any plan, willing to share with us and, be accountable for the thing that you bring it up. And the next point is being a team player. What do you mean by being a team player? Being a team player means, you can go with the team, you can flow with the team. Sometimes you need to be the follower. Sometimes you need to step up to be a leader as well. And the last point is the patiently resilient point. I think this point Ranjini should talk about it because she always be very good at talking about this. This point I think is the most favorite point that Ranjini has. I think she really like this one somehow. You should explain about it, Ranjini. Like what exactly, like why are we looking for people who have patiently resilient?
Okay, yeah. Phil, you know me too well.
I know, it's your favorite point. You mentioned to me every single time.
Yes. To be patiently resilient is one of the most important qualities that we are looking for. Mainly because there are times when we start the project and things may be very difficult. You're working among a lot of different people at one shot, and as a result, there are times where you feel it's very difficult, and you might come very close to giving up. But that, like, when it is the most toughest, that's when you really need to dig in and put in your 100% and really do your best. And we just want to tell you that we are all working together as a team. So when you feel it is very hard, there's always each other in which you can support. And I think the main thing to emphasize is to never give up. Going gets tough, but tough needs to get going. Yeah.
Pump yourself up, basically.
Yeah, toughen yourself up.
Yeah. But anyway, you know what? I think, yeah, okay. Obviously, these are the quality of team members that we are looking for, but, I don't think everyone is perfect. And we are really encourage people who actually don't, possess all of this quality. For example, like me last year, when I came to this, I can tell you that I'm very passionate about the project. But other than that, committed. Yeah, I think I'm a committed person as well. But good communication skill, no, I don't think I have it at all. But somehow, this quality, it's not like you need to have it right now. Pretty much like, you have a heart to do it. And this thing is not always important. I think it's more important that you want to do it and you want to improve yourself. So I think I and Ranjini can guarantee with you that the project that we have done is really wonderful and it helped improve you a lot. And 2 weeks or the time that you prepare before that, you will never regret about the time that you have spent on it. It's really wonderful trip, and that's why we decided to do it this year. I know we try to emphasize this point, but yeah, it's just really wonderful trip that it's something worth doing, and we highly recommend you to join our project. Okay, that's okay, and you can see this picture. It's so one time I think it's a break, so we went to a coffee shop together, and although it's a break, but we, as you can see, it's 5 of us, include me and Rajini. Basically, we even need to, I think we even need to plan our that time we were planning for the for the English lesson that we are going to teach or something. So we are really passionate, even if it's coffee time. But yeah, that's one funny picture that we have. And yeah, next one is the application process. So the deadline is March 24th, which is gonna be in
Another week?
9 days. It's gonna be midnight PST time.
11:59.
Yeah, okay. You just apply before that. Don't get confused with that. And yeah, after that, around a week, we're gonna have interview selections, And after that, around April the 8th to the 10th, we will decide who gonna be our team members. So by we, I mean it's Ranjani and me. We will help together to decide who we want to be our team members. But obviously, I really hope that you guys apply to us and be our part of the team. Okay, that should be it. I really appreciate for your time that you listen to us talk. But other than that, I think it should be the time for question that you guys have to us. Okay.
Yeah, so if there's any questions that you want to know, you can just ask us.
Yeah, thank you so much for Phil and Ranjini for the great presentation. For the Q&A session, I would like to make a request that before asking any questions, please mention your names, where you are from, which university, school, or workplace you're currently at. So let me repeat. So 3 things before asking questions. Mention your names, where you're from, and from which university or school or workplace you are from.
Any question?
I think we were quite clear in our presentation, maybe, so maybe there were no questions.
Don't be shy. Any questions?
Well.
Oh, well.
Well, I guess you guys were too wonderful. Everything was clear.
Everything is
What should we do next then?
Lee and Sun.
Yeah, at least I want to hear from you guys though.
Yeah.
How is it? You don't really need
don't
question
have-
right now.
Yeah,
You
if
might-
you got any question, I have a question for both of you.
okay.
For Lee and Sun, our participant today. I'm very curious. What bring you guys to this info session today?
Hi guys.
Yay.
Yay!
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi. I'm sorry for I didn't open my webcam because it's a bit technical problem of my laptop. I'm sorry for that. Actually, I'm very interested and I found it accidentally and I found it's on my Facebook account. I scroll it down and I found it in information session online. So I click on and join you guys. And basically, I'm from Cambodia.
Wow. That's
Great.
cool.
And I'm a student at I'm a student at Panyasastra University. You know this university? It's kind of not
you
public.
went
It's
there.
private university.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were there
And
last
I'm
year.
Really?
You are a sophomore?
Yes,
No. I'm a kind of junior student, junior
Okay,
something.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And my major is economic. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that your project is very interesting,
Yep.
and because it work on in Cambodia, it's my country.
Yeah.
So basically, I am not so clear about your can be your organization, but I will find out more information about your
The
organization later on. Yeah,
you mean,
and
excuse me, when you mean organization, you mean SEALNet or the NGO
yeah,
UDP?
SEALNet, yeah,
Okay, sure.
yeah, SEALNet, and I have some question about your project in Cambodia,
Yep.
but yeah, I found that you have a kind of youth organization in Cambodia that is your partner,
Yeah.
and one of your university is IFL University,
Yeah.
and what I would to say is that I'm a student from Panyasastra, is not from IFL.
Yes.
So could I join a member at something member
Oh,
in
sure,
your
sure.
part of project? Yeah.
Okay. I think I think I apologize to be unclear about our partner about the IFL Institute. So basically,
Yeah.
it's not like something restriction though, but like last year, one of our team members, Bibo, he is,
Uh-huh.
Cambodian, and somehow he has he contact to this institute to like, so as we mentioned about our local high school student that we recruit them and want them to join us, and we provide a leadership workshop thing. So basically that time we
Uh-huh.
recruit them from the IFL Institute. But I mean we are not like restrict only to that
Yeah.
to that. I mean it's not like other people outside can join something, but that's gonna be different though. We are not recruit them to be our team members. So basically team members process here
Oh.
we open for everyone. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So is that clear for you?
Yeah, I'm very clear right now.
Yeah.
One more point is about the timeline projects. It seems like I'm very busy basically in March and April, but will be free at the end of April, the whole on, because I have been busy recently in March and April, and today I'm free and still join you guys. But so I kind of think that your project timeline is maybe start from at the end of March. Is it right?
Yeah.
I
So
It
see.
starts at the end of March for the team members. But the high school students, right? You will play a very big role from July and August. I mean, especially in August when we are on the ground itself.
Oh, I see. So, so the so the implementation day in Cambodia is basically in August. It's a big role.
Yes.
Mhm.
So in
Yeah,
August, it's when you'll be
is
working.
it right?
Pardon?
Hello.
Hello?
okay. Can you hear? Oh, I see the question from Lee. I will. Can you hang on to that a little bit? I will answer it to you too. But yeah.
Okay. Son, what actually is going to happen is from March until July, we will be working with the team members on coming up with the lesson plans and the activities. And when we actually reach Cambodia in August, we will be working with the high school students and the college students to implement the project. So you'll play a much larger role, a very important role in August.
Yeah. Can I try to say another way? So basically, although we said that we are recruiting team member right now and we are accepting our team members in April, but to be honest, like basically your work will like start increasing and increasing, but pretty much the work, the part that you're gonna work a lot is like around June, I would say late June and July Is that right, Ivana? Like last year? So like pretty much the planning part, like it will get really intense right before we go on the ground. So
Yeah.
I will say that although, I mean, it's understandable, very understandable, like people are still busy during April or May because we still have school basically. And it's like very understandable. So, you know, our team members can make up to that by, you know, working harder during June, July to plan up. So don't be discouraged by the fact that you are not available or like you are still busy or something. Is that clear for you? San, can you hear me?
Was it clear?
Okay, sorry.
Hello.
Can you hear what I say?
Yeah. I heard that I'm quite clear right now. The big role is in July and August.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I may so I might be free and during that time.
Yeah,
and basically I'm not seeing clearly about your project presentation PowerPoint slide because it's quite small in the laptop screen. So may you guys send me through my email so that I can read more information about your project and I can share something about something that I have done so far, because I have involved in such a youth activity so far, because it can be my willing and my commitment to do so.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, that's so great to hear, son. That's really great to hear.
Yeah, right. Send my email right here on the chat screen, so that you can send me the PowerPoint slides through this email. So
Okay.
that and one more thing, how you guys are recruiting the team member, right?
Yes, we are doing it.
So how many member will be selected to be your team member?
About okay, we are actually targeting to get 18 team members.
Yeah.
We don't want too few. We don't want too many. So that the number should be sufficient enough to be able to work with both the high school students and the disabled youth.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are targeting to have about 18 team members to join us.
Yeah, I see. And one more thing, have you ever done with this kind of project in Cambodia so far last year?
Yes, we actually Project Cambodia.
Your organization partner. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so
What is your organization partner?
You mean?
What is your organization? Yeah, your organization in Cambodian partner.
Okay, what happened is last year, Project Cambodia 2012, we actually like Ivana headed the project, and we worked very closely with YODFI and the high school students. And at the end of the 2 weeks, the high school students have actually set up a SEALNet Cambodia club, in which they do a lot of projects and a lot of activities with YODFI. And they do have the flexibility to carry out projects in other NGOs as well. And so this year we're actually returning back to Cambodia and to continue from where Project Cambodia 2012 left off. So the partners are going to be the same. The partner is still going to be YODFI. We'll be working with the disabled youths in YODFI itself.
Okay, I see. So I didn't hear clearly about the name of the organization.
Oh, okay. YODFI.
Yeah.
I'm typing it down right now.
Can you write here?
Yeah. Can you see it?
Yeah. Where does organization located?
I mean, it's
the
located about around.
Is it?
Yeah, they actually have their own website that you can check it out as well.
Okay, I'm googling it. I'm googling it.
No, I have it with me. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Hold on.
Okay.
It's right here. Yeah. So like from Phnom Penh, I think it's like 40 kilometers. Yeah. So it takes around 40 minutes.
Okay.
Have you been to that place before?
Guys,
I don't think I have been there.
Okay. Ivana, what are you saying?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but can we give a chance for Lee to ask
Okay.
a question?
Okay.
So Lee has a question, and then after you guys answer her question, you can come back to Sun. Is that
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
okay?
Yeah, I apologize
Uh,
for that. And Lee,
yeah.
okay, welcome to our
So Lee's question is that how does the past members fundraise for the project?
Okay, our project, we encourage our team member, each of team members to fundraise $500 for each person. I know that is big amount of money, but basically it's the part of at the same time it's like advertising, publicizing about our project, and it's about the something good. It's a good cause that you're doing this project and you're passionate about it. So we actually see that $500 is something that is not beyond your potential. So to be more specific on how you can do this, I think it's really depend on person. Personally, last year, what I did pretty much um, because I am in college right now, we have some, what should I call, a fundraising event, sell some iced tea to help fundraising that money. And I also asked my family to help spread the word to their friend, because I asked my friend as well, but they are still college student like me, so they don't actually have money. So I asked my parents back in Thailand to ask, spreading this word, like I'm going to do a good thing, a good project, and that's how I get money. So basically, I asked their money when I went back to Thailand and collect money from there. That's how I fundraise myself. Rajini, you want to add?
Yeah. Like how Phil said, fundraising is very personal, but there are certain things that you can actually do. So if you actually want to raise the funds on your own, you can, like we can we can do baking sales. You can actually sell things to raise awareness. You can have like a second-hand book sale, like a second-hand bazaar, sort of like get more people involved to know more about the project and at the same time to donate some funds. If you actually want to approach corporates for corporate sponsorship in terms of raising funds, you can do so. You can actually sort of like introduce the project that you're working with, and we actually do have fundraising letters if you want. You can actually give it over to them and tell them about what is the project you're working on, what is the whole objective of the project. It's very personal, like how you go about raising funds. You can be as creative as you want. If you feel like if you feel your family and friends or you feel more comfortable to raise funds among the family and friends, you can do so. You just have to be as convincing as possible when you're actually going to approach them and tell them where the funds are actually going to be channeled to, the whole objective of the project as well. So, like how Phil said, you can sell things, you can sell certain things which you feel might be able to get funds for the project. So I think the easiest, if it's your first time in raising funds, the easiest is to go through family and friends, because they'll see all the effort that you're putting in and you can convince them more than with strangers. Like once you get the confidence in raising funds with your support group, like your friends and family, you'll be more confident and you can actually then approach other people, like friends or family can spread the word to your relatives. So it's it works better from like your community first.
Okay. Just to add on both Ranjini's and Phil point, we have in the past used this platform, very viral platform called Facebook Courses. It's basically an app in Facebook that allows you to create a cost page and then invite people to become members. And we have been very successful in the past in recruiting people, getting aware, getting the words out of the project, and at the same time we're fundraising through that. It's because Facebook, everyone use it. Everyone, when you recruit one member or when you like something, the post gets promoted, and then more and more people can see the post. So more and more people can donate. You can also create what is called birthday causes. Once you join the Facebook cause that PC have on Facebook, you can basically create a birthday wishes or holiday wishes, and tell people that you are actually working in this specific project, and it would be very share your stories of why you care about this and how this project would benefit to you, and basically this your friends, your families who see this, because they care so much about you, they would at least donate to help you, or even in the past we have had strangers who we don't know at all donating quite a huge amount to the projects in SEALNet as well. So there, as Ranjini and Phil said, we provide you templates for letters, with letterheads, with methods of donation. We provide you with, the techniques of fundraising once you become a member. So actually, fundraising $500 is not too hard. It seems big, but actually, when you start doing it, it wouldn't be that hard.
Thank you, Ivana. That's really something very helpful. And what is next? Oh, by the way, don't be discouraged by the fact that you think that you can't really fundraise that much money, because you don't know until you actually do it. Okay, just need to emphasize that. Any furthermore question? By the way, Lee, you haven't introduced. Oh yeah, you have some question. Okay. On SEALNet homepage website. Current project link. SEALNetonline.org. Current project link. It leads me to a page.
Okay, give us few minutes. Let us check on it. I didn't realize.
No, I don't have problem with it though. You mean this link? Do you mean that link? I totally see it. Look totally fine for me. But you cannot see it. Yeah,
It's for me.
For this website problem, we are going to update you on that, because we are running late on time. We only have 3 minutes left, so we will email you separately for future, for guidance on how to get on our website, and if there is any problem on that, we will resolve it and get back to you. Does that sound good? Okay, great. Do we have last minute questions? We have 2 minutes left. We can answer one more.
Okay.
okay.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah, 2 minutes left, but I'm quite not sure about the fundraising of the team member. Is it required when I was elected to team member, I have to pay $500?
No.
Is it?
Okay, for
No.
the high school students and yeah, for the high school students and the college students, you will learn more about fundraising when you are actually on the ground with us. It's like, you know, you sort of like be tutored on how to fundraise, and then we'll actually give you a few activities to do related to fundraising. So right now, right now the funds will have to be raised by the team members. But if you actually want to raise funds for Project Cambodia, you can by all means do so. No predetermined amount for you. You can decide on how much you want to raise. If you want to create awareness, you can, you know, inform your family and friends about this project and tell them, you know, what is it that you will be working on as one of the partners for Project Cambodia 2013.
Excuse me, Ranjini. I think you. Okay, let me clarify this. So, because
Phil, we're so sorry. We're running out of time.
yeah,
You know, any clarifications we can send out.
yeah,
Further.
sure.
Okay.
So thank you so much for coming to this info session. We really appreciate it, and we're really happy to see your enthusiasm and your questions. And we hope that you will apply to Project Cambodia 2013, and we'll hope to see you there.
Okay.
Again, thank you so much, and we have to end it now. So
Thank you guys.
thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Lai.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye.
รอแล้วนะ